day of action so far from Washington, D.C. Up next, it's Ben Johns and the Carolina Pickleball Club taking on the Texas Rangers here at the Washington Tennis and Education Foundation in East Washington, D.C. This match was slated to start at 4 p.m. local time, but due to the delays from all the dream breakers in Botanist Pickleball, we're now starting it here at 5 p.m. local time. Hoping to get back on schedule because there are no lights here, which means we might have to stop close to the 8 p.m. marker, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's discuss the matchup now, shall we? Michelle McMahon alongside Rob Cassidy, and here is Colin Johns, who is playing next to his brother Ben Johns. He was taken as the 47th overall pick, one of the best men's right side players in the game. And he plays alongside Ben Johns a lot, to say the least. He is also jet lagged. He was overseas in Europe for Pickleball Getaways, one of his companies. And so welcome back to America, Colin. You get to suit up and play alongside that man right there. World number one, Ben Johns, has over 126 PPA career titles to his name. He is the uncontested, unanimous world's number one, former MVP of MLP's 2023 San Clemente event as well. He's won 4 titles here in Major League Pickleball, and it was a different draft situation this year. And he was taken as the number 1 overall pick. The Carolina Pickleball Club went all in on that pick, understandably so. Here's a look at the Texas Rangers and the ladies lineup. You got Etta Wright, one of the best female players in the world. She is so fun to watch. Originally from New Zealand and a former top tennis player as well. Was introduced to the sport in 2018 by her uncle. Attended BYU University in Hawaii. And there's Gina Pisnik, former tennis pro, a prolific career she's had on the pro tennis side of things. Her career got cut short due to a car accident. So she took up pickleball, and her limited mobility from that car accident is not as big of a factor here on the pickleball side. So we're so thrilled to have her with us. And there's Andrea Coop and Jessie Irvin, who are suiting up together for the Carolina Pickleball Club. Andrea Coop has had excellent results in women's doubles lately. Made it all the way to the final at a Grand Slam in Atlanta this season. Jessie Irvin is a staple in the sport. She's been around for so long. And also originally from North Carolina, Jessie Irvin. So the relocation for this Carolina Pickleball Club, who originally in Seattle, is a nice fit for Jessie Irvin, one of the many storylines there.
I'm already seeing some better energy out of this Carolina Pickleball Club this afternoon, and I, just based on that alone, expect some great things from them in this match. Yeah, it's the first time we've seen the Carolina Pickleball Club come together, and the first event for a lot of these teams can be tricky for a lot of different reasons. And so far, a slower start to them. They started the tournament with a loss to the New York Hustlers, who, by the way, have been in an absolute tear this tournament. Yes. But they've also struggled in some other matchups too for Carolina, and they've got an interesting schedule ahead. They play 2 matches late on Sunday. That's tomorrow night. They also took a loss to the Dallas Flash on Friday afternoon. That one is in regulation. Augie Gubb played unbelievable in that match, as did the Johnson siblings. So we expect to see a motivated looking Ben Johns here in the team format. That's going to be good. Just premier level pickleball always delivers, and that last one was such a wild ride, and we're in for another one here. Yeah, a lot of dream breakers so far. There's Dave Fleming, the coach and general manager of the Carolina Pickleball Club. Staple for us in the booth too. Game on.
Side out. Here we go. One zero.
according to the coin toss, Carolina won it. They got to react. So that will come into play when Ben Johns gets his pick of who to match up against, so to speak. Tina Pisnik has secured a gold medal in women's doubles, won it in Utah alongside Leah Jansen in late April.
Another manufactured point off of the unforced error from Tina Pisnik. Don't say that too often.
Yeah, next to never.
But, you know, at a right, Tina Pisnik, you know, rocking a hard place. Where are you going to put the ball?
Second out. Point 3. Three.
Great finishing touch for Jessie Irvin, former tennis pro.
Setting up Jessie, but the counter. At a right, all about the counters. Another point for Pisnik and right. Pisnik, one of those players making her way up from challenger to the premier.
5-4.
She's there for a reason.
What a play at a right. Steps in effortlessly with a backhand touch.
Did she learn that shot from you, Michelle?
Definitely not.
No?
Nope. Wish I could say that.
Oops.
Side out. Point 5.
Texas Rangers had a hot start to the tournament, took down the Utah Black Diamonds in regulation. They also beat the DC Pickleball team in a dream breaker this morning, a match that was supposed to conclude last night.
Side out. Point 7. Seven, 5. Point.
Misses the court with that overhead.
8-5.
8-5 now.
Just short for Jessie Irvin.
9-5.
Okay. Coop manages to put one away. No easy task with this Vulcan ball in this heat.
Here we go. Six, 9.
Oh.
Side out, point, 10.
Just methodical stuff from the Ranchers.
10-6.
Slowly but surely putting points on the board in their favor. What can Jesse and Coop do?
Side out, point, 7.
Deep returns. That'll do the trick.
7-10.
Wow. And right, the enforcer on the left. 2 points away from the end change. And right, also one of the great moms we have on the pro pickleball circuit.
11-7.
Great pressure there from Carolina, Andrea Coop and Jesse Irvin looking to avoid a bigger deficit on the end change. Games to 25, win by 2, and on your serve. Jessie, she had the opportunity she wanted. Couldn't maximize though, and Texas 1 point away from the end change.
She gets so low and leaning forward to get that first volley, and might need to recover the posture for the second one. But like you said, yeah, getting what she wanted.
Side out, point, 9. Nine, 12. Side out, point, 13, timeout. Switch ends, 13-9, 1 minute.
There you have it. 13 is struck, and change occurs. Ranchers maintaining their lead here slowly but surely.
What do you like it so far about their side?
It's just methodical, solid pickleball. It's low risk and all take. It's very good stuff. You know, the rally scoring, I mean, this is very back and forth.
If you're wondering what the noise is, we got a full band set up outside, not affiliated with Major League Pickleball, but that's where the bass is coming from.
Yeah. Washington, D.C. is happening on this Saturday.
It's a little concert on the hill.
That's awesome.
Here in Washington, D.C. The Washington Tennis and Education Foundation is hosting us this weekend. This crowd has been excellent. The DC Pickleball team will have another home match after this one. Scheduled start time was 6 p.m. I'm not sure we'll exactly get to that, but we will see. It is the Dallas Flash against the DC Pickleball team. Current challenge is that we don't have lights here, so Can't play in the dark.
No.
Dangerous to do that, especially with the pace of play nowadays.
Position.
But to your point, it's almost like old school pickleball. It's not a ton of speed up, not a ton of hands battles.
That's smart, solid play that's keeping him that lead. I'd love to see it.
So clean for Tina Pisnik. Effortless touch through the middle. Former world number 29, by the way, in pro tennis, Tina Pisnik. Back at her peak.
14-9.
In tennis. It's in January of 2004. Also an Olympian for Sauvignon.
Point. $15-9.
Good scrap here. Fully reset.
Oh! Just a sitter for Anna Wright.
All that work to miss the exclamation point ball here.
Yeah.
It was the one.
10-15.
Anna Wright, by the way, won 2 titles in Major League Pickleball with the Seattle Pioneers at the time, now the Carolina Pickleball Club. Uh-oh. Oh, almost bailed herself out of trouble. Jesse Irvin and Andrea Coop were there for the cleanup committee.
10-15. Point. 16.
Pisnik sharing some notes. Oh, gets a laugh. Kinda
16-11.
breaks the tension, gets Pisnik to laugh. Love it. Oh, man. Coop down to business.
Yeah, keeping Texas back at the baseline. No chance to get back to the kitchen. Well done by Coop, and a laser backhand from Jessie Irvin. She's had trouble with that elbow this year. She's been nursing that injury at least at the beginning of the season, Jessie Irvin.
12-16. Point.
Miscommunication. Now Carolina Pickleball Club within 3.
Down the middle, pulls within 1, and with Ben Johns on your roster, you're guaranteed almost to win 2 games. The problem is you have to win 3, right? So it becomes even that much more important to
15-16.
get a win here in women's doubles, I would think, on the side of Carolina.
I like that logic a lot.
Point, 17.
So good from Ed Wright. Monstrous command of the kitchen Etta Wright has. She has had so many health struggles last season. So glad to see her back healthy here this season. Etta Wright, she's changed her diet a lot to accommodate with her health, and it seems to be helping quite a bit. And Coop and Irvin in a bit of a hole here against the Texas Rangers. So going back to that conversation point of Ben Johns and the way he builds his teams, he's almost banking on that they can win 3 out of 4, but which combination would feel more pressure in that scenario when you're either looking at Colin Johns to win his mixed in a guaranteed fashion, or you're looking at these two, Jesse and Andrea, saying, we need wins out of you guys to start securing some of these regulation wins. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it's a very strong women's doubles team that you can really put some belief in, trust to get that point on your side of the games. But yeah, fortunately, you have those options because Colin Johns is one heck of a mixed doubles player.
You've used your timeout.
He does his best thing when he's got Ben out there, but he can really control a mixed doubles game as well. So, you know, structure the team, strengths on all across the board. I think Andrea Coop and Jesse Irvin still capable of pulling this one off.
2 matches they have yet to win a match though, so still trying to find their rhythm. So good from Tina Pisnik. Laser beam focused. Laser beam forehand.
That is an awesome off the bounce tag. Got to practice that one more often for sure.
2015.
Oh, it's long for Irvin. Texas 4 points away from taking the first on Carolina.
Pisnik and Wright seem to be just seamlessly getting it done.
Effortless touch for Jesse Irvin. And credit to Quang Tuong here in his debut at the premier level. He's been crushing it, to say the least. Texas undefeated so far in this tournament.
That's awesome.
He'll be out next with Pablo Tejas, the lefty.
(22-16). Point. 23-16. Point. (24-16).
Oh, Texas takes it 25-16. Such domination from Etta Wright and Tina Pisnik, and the results show for it for the Texas Ranchers.
Just the composure from Etta Wright and Tina Pisnik just pours over into their skill, and just getting it done through sheer repetition. The consistency is so good, and weaving the web, allowing Tina Pisnik to put it through the hole whenever she wanted to. That's going to carry over for the rest of this match, I think.
Coming up next, Ben Johns and Colin Johns reunite on the Major League Pickleball side. More on this men's doubles matchup against Quang Tuong and Pablo Tellez in a short minute after the commercial break. On championship court here in Washington, D.C., the Johns brothers teaming up against Pablo Tellez and Quang Tuong. Ben and Colin Johns, they've been dominant together, have secured over 30 titles together on the Carvana PPA Tour as a team. And one of the staples in the sport, there he is, the king of the game, Ben Johns, 127 gold medals on the PPA side and counting. You see that DUPR? Yeah. 7.29.
Yeah, I didn't even know it went that high.
Insane. 21 Triple Crowns to his name. And the Johns brothers are close by from where they grew up as kids. They've got some family support in the house here as well. There's Colin Johns. Plays to the right wing of his brother. He is the older and eldest of the Johns family. There's Pablo Tellez, the lefty, forehands in the middle for these two, and Quang Tuong will be pairing up for Pablo Tellez in place of the injured Christian Elshon.
Yes. Hoping Christian Elshon has a great recovery, something he needed to take care of, so we're glad that he's doing that. And I hope he will be back soon.
And Quang Duong, he's been excellent. There was some speculation there on who the Ranchers would pick up in the absence of Christian Elshan. You had Yates Johnson floating around, Spencer Smith as an option, Quang Duong. Can't even believe Quang Duong was missed in the challenger level draft. That to me is a crazy sight to see.
Yeah, it's crazy how players were overlooked.
So we know what the Johns brothers will do. They commit to their game plan. They don't miss much, and they're very disciplined in their approach against whoever they're playing. So what do you do strategy-wise if you have a lefty, Pablo Tellez, and the forehand ability of Quang Duong?
Well, I'm expecting... Sorry, Michelle, I got to go with the Vietnamese pronunciation. Don't do the Vietnamese pronunciation. Does it break your heart? Wang Yu, Quang Duong, whatever you want to call him, he's a force, and I expect him to do some amazing third shot drives and setting up them for the crash. Just relentless firepower, but also in the dink rally, he's going to be cross court with Ben Johns, and he's going to be able to take it to that backhand. We all know it's one of Ben Johns' favorite shots, but it's still somewhere you have to go. You have to hit and be willing to stay in that exchange with him. So I think he's up for the challenge. The things he did against I think James Ignatowicz earlier this week was pretty impressive, so looking forward to it.
Hometown event for the Johns brothers here in Washington, D.C., just in the outskirts from where they grew up. Pablo Tellez and Quang Duong up for the task against the world #1 men's doubles team across the board in Major League Pickleball and PPA as well. First serve will be Pablo Tellez over to Colin Johns in the corner.
One zero. Point.
How about the discrepancy here? This is the combination for Duong and Tellez, 12.9 compared to the brothers, 14. And John steps in with a backhand roll. Patented shot we've seen so many times before.
3-0. Shot out. Point. 1. 1-3. Point. 2-3. Shot out. Point. 4. Four, 2.
Through the middle, Pablo Tellez, that's the advantage of the lefty on the right. Threads it. Ben thought he was going to his left.
3-4.
How about that angle from Ben Johns? 2-point gap now for Carolina.
It's a whole new team. I'm already seeing just a totally different energy coming from Ben and Colin.
5-3.
Here we go.
Good night. Ben Johns cleans it up every time, and the hands battle down the line. This time, no different.
6.
Johns brothers lost in the men's doubles match to the Dallas Flash, to J.W. Johnson and Augie Guh earlier this tournament.
Oh.
Oh. And that's the one he misses. Pablo Tejas playing lights out in that sequence. Great Ernie. Fended off by Ben Johns.
Ah, to the middle this time. Ben Johns, all the options.
I'm sorry, 7-4.
Patient point for Texas. They pull within 2. Seattle Pioneers have this match here today. Then they've got back-to-back matches tomorrow night, 4 and 6 p.m. on the time slot there. Interesting schedule.
Yeah.
Starting out the Pioneers there, the Carolina Pickleball Club. Excuse me. There's another Johns in the crowd. Maggie, the pianist from the Johns family, as told by Hannah Johns, our good friend from the broadcast crew.
Side out, point 6.
Another epic Ernie from Pablo Tejas. Keeping him in it.
Side out, point 9. Nine 6. Point. Ten 6. Point. 11-6.
5-point gap now on the side of Carolina. Oh, Pablo Tejas.
Point 7.
A couple of hands battles down the line on Ben.
It's going to happen, you know. It comes down to, you know, percentages. How many of those you win. If you're winning 4 out of 6 of them, you're in a great place. Beautiful stuff.
Point 12. Twelve 7.
Great play by Colin Johns on the right for the end change lead, 13-7. Talked about this being an almost guaranteed win for Carolina with Ben Johns in the mix. And so far that's holding true. Let's take a look at the head-to-head numbers in this matchup. Team DUPR-wise looking quite similar, 25.57 compared to 25.49. Games and match percentages, 0% still for Carolina. We only have a 2-match sample size so far for them. They took 2 losses, one to the Dallas Flash Pickleball Club and one to the New York Hustlers. That was yesterday, one in a dream breaker to the Hustlers and one in regulation to the Dallas Flash. The most shocking win in that one, or loss rather, would be the Johns brothers to Augie Gubb and J.W. Johnson. So they don't like lefties, maybe. Ben has said that.
Those pesky lefties.
15 seconds.
He has said that that is the future of the game many times.
And, of course, Ben Johns himself is a fantastic left-handed player.
Right. Ball was long, called by Colin Johns. That was close. They could challenge. They have 3 challenges available to use.
Point. Challenging the call. You stand by your call.
I thought it was out live,
yes.
but.
I love this because
Texas Rangers are challenging the out call.
I think Ben Johns has a
Carolina
fantastic
Pickleball Club.
reputation of making great line
Yes,
calls.
At this
agreed.
point,
it's no
And
problem.
both brothers do.
Serving
They don't. They're generous most often than not. Of course, still human in that category. We'll take a closer look at.
Right, 14-7.
Got no problem.
That's long.
No problem going through the process. And
I see it long anyway. Not my choice, but that's that's what I see. And Ben's the one that's striking to hit the ball, so his focus is on just hitting his shot back, right? So it is Colin's job to
right.
announce what he's seeing, and that, I believe, is accurate. Ben Johns trying to get a little look-see here at what the referee crew is seeing.
He likes to collect the data. Ben Johns.
Here's Ron with what we saw on the screen.
After video review, the call stands. The ball was out. Texas Rangers lose a free challenge. You've got 2 left. Texas Rangers, you have 3 free challenges left. Be starting at 14-7. Just a moment. Time in. 14-7. Side out, point, 8.
Tough ball, tough spot. Might have even been out.
Eight 14.
Here's the cross court. Got to do it. Oh man, next chapter. Tails gets it from below the net.
A couple of times he's hit that shot from down low. Very deceptive, the pace that he gets it at. And I believe a new paddle situation for Pablo Tejas too. Not playing with the Selkirk anymore. So
Got that
curious
Lotto sponsorship.
to know more about how this one's playing. Seems like it has more pop.
11-14. Door 14. Side out, point, 15.
Had a little bit of roll going there. Tough way to give it up.
15-12. Point. 16-12. Point. 17-12.
Oh my. I think he got it.
Point.
Haven't gotten the ball back since that missed serve from Tejas.
18-12, 1 minute.
Yeah, timeout called on that one. Since the hand is part of the paddle, or considered as such. Ben, I think, caught it on a bit of the hand there. Got the deflection. How about this packed crowd here in Washington, D.C.? They've been with us since 10 a.m. this morning. Unbelievable. It's about 5:45 p.m. Eastern time here in D.C. And they haven't missed in the heat. In the upper 80s we've reached here today. Excellent pickleball on display. A lot of dream breakers. So many close matches. I think our record was 31-29 in the scoreline for the ladies a match ago. What's your favorite part of Major League Pickleball, having played in this league format, Rob Cassidy?
Well, it's something we haven't seen in a while, and it's definitely the crowd and the atmosphere here. It's more electric than it's been in a while, and it's really nice. It's refreshing to be around for sure. So. Here we go, Colin Johns to serve.
Point. $19-12. Start out. Point. 13. Let's go. 13-19. Start out. Point. 20. 20-13.
Firefight. Dwong gets the better end of it.
14.
Texas still trailing by 6, though.
14-20.
Back corner.
That'll wake up the crowd. That's an insane lob.
Definitely part of the equation of taking down the Johns brothers.
We've seen some nasty lobs this tournament. Strong out call from Colin Johns. Johns brothers closing in on a Game 2 win to even out the scoreboard here.
Point. 16.
Right here, let's go.
16-21. Start out. Point. 22. 22-16.
Texas Ranchers making their late move here.
17-22.
Just a few serve possessions remaining. Oh, and there's one wasted.
Point. 23.
Okay, one more turn. Let's go, one more turn.
23-17.
Oh, Pablo Tejas, how did he get there?
18.
That forehand, though.
18-23.
Holy smokes. Pablo Tejas.
Timeout. Point. 24.
The Johns brothers take the hands battle.
Game point,
24-18.
Carolina.
Duke explaining what they should be doing.
Oh, that's an immediate challenge from Ben Johns. They're usually on it when they believe a ball's in. We'll have another look.
Yes. It's in.
Okay.
All
right, Pablo Tejas saying that ball was in.
Carolina Pickleball Club.
Ron Ponder giving them a chance to stick with their call, and so anticlimactic ending to game number 2, but the Johns brothers will take it. So to mixed doubles we go. Carolina has their pick. When it comes to the mixed doubles matchup, we'll discuss what exactly that looks like on the other side of this short commercial break. Don't go away. We're just getting started here from Washington, D.C.
Make sure to check out Margaritaville. All of our partners here, Currex, MALK, official fan page note, Margaritaville, our title sponsor, Joggy. You want to get yourself a water, a drink, a Michelob ULTRA, a Botanist, and all at the fan bar. Of course, Dulce, Vida, Tequila, Nobilo, Sauvignon, Blanc. Now is the time to come in before mixed double starts. One all year. Who is going to pull ahead? Texas Rangers and Carolina Pickleball Club. All the action from these matches. Major League Pickleball by Margaritaville.
Here's a look at the Premier level standings and what all these teams are playing for. The New York Hustlers atop the list with 16 points to their name after a huge win over the DC Pickleball team, who now has full position in second place in the Premier level. Of course, so much pickleball left to be played. We don't have the Carolina Pickleball Club on the list yet because they have only played 2 matches yet. This is their tournament debut, and they're being tested here early and figuring out their team strategy, but it's a jockey for position at the top of Premier. Your thoughts, Rob Cassidy?
It's awesome to see the Hustlers up there, and we just got to watch them clash with DC Pickleball team. And of course, the Texas Rangers not too far behind. Like I said earlier today, the quality teams, the haymaking teams are starting to step out and separate themselves from the rest of the rest of the pack, and it's good to see. It's good to see.
Well, remember, you get 3 standing points if you can win a match in regulation. That means if you can win 3 of the 4 games here in gender doubles and mixed doubles. If you can't, you split 2 games apiece. We go to a dream breaker, as we've seen so many times on center court here today. That's the 5th deciding game. It's a singles format, and I'm reluctant to say the Carolina the Carolina Pickleball Club didn't build their team around singles, so they're looking to clean up in doubles. And those words from Ben Johns, by the way.
Right.
So self-aware about it, but now Ben Johns chose this matchup. He wanted the lefty Pablo Tellez, and at a right, oh my.
Point.
I mean, he makes impossible shots look easy, and with effortless ease, he just sends that ball back on defense.
Another level.
Ooh.
Side out. Point.
Call that a shank, or in Dave Fleming's words, a shankopotamus.
1-2. Side out. Point. 3. 3-1. Side out, point, 2.
Here we go, White. Here we go.
2-3.
Yeah,
Point,
get it down. Let's go. Make him hit. Get it down.
3-3. Side out, point, 4. 4-3. Net, reserve. 4-3.
Ben Johns taking over. Oh, Jesse wants that one.
Oh my, he got it through the middle. Pablo Tellez adds another to tie it at 4.
Let's go, White.
Just squares up and takes that two-handed through the middle. Keeps it on court. At a right.
Oh no. Jesse knows it. Got to stay out of the way of Ben Johns. Etta and Ben were teammates on the Seattle Pioneers a couple of seasons ago where they secured a couple of titles. That cross-court battle is an interesting one.
I learned that the first time I was playing with Kyle Yates. I gotta get out of the way more.
5-5.
5-5. Oh.
Ooh. Thought that ball maybe looked a little wide.
Yep.
Oh, and a right had a sitter off the defense. The ATP from Ben Johns.
Not the first time today we've seen her miss that checkmate ball, that exclamation point ball.
6-5.
All that hard work. Great
Jesse-
setups.
Jesse Irving got a hip check in the middle of that sequence from Ben.
Point,
That's good pressure. Yeah, if there were a player on the women's side of things, I think
7-5.
Etta Wright is the most Ben Johns-esque in that category. Love it.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Just when you think they're out of it, Pablo Tellez and Etta Wright forming as an excellent mixed doubles team. They played a bit on the PPA Tour together as well, so they have that experience together.
Oh, that is
Side
out.
out, point, 8.
And Etta Wright loves playing with lefties because she gets to command the left side of the court. As a female, she likes that, whether in women's or in mixed.
Of a dual alpha situation.
Oh boy.
Side out, point, 7.
Let cord to tie it, pull within 1, rather.
Still thinking about that Ernie from Pablo Tellez. One dink to Tellez's sideline,
7-8.
and he tees off on it.
Jesse Irvin enters the mix. Another 2-point cushion.
This is great. Jesse's there for the ATPs and the Ernies. This is the largest we've seen Ben play in a long time. Just extra court coverage.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to with Annalie Waters on his wing usually in mixed doubles.
That's fair.
She sometimes plays like a dude on the right. Kicks him out of the way. Sometimes.
Point. 11-7.
It's everywhere right now.
Wow, and the Ranchers right now doing a really good job shifting him left to right, forcing him to cover a lot of court. Putting some miles on those legs too with the little movements. Another good play by Pablo Tejas. It's been excellent down the line on Ben Johns.
If that's the way Ben's going to play, you got to keep him honest on his sideline.
There's Ryan DeWidgeon, the general manager of the Texas Ranchers. He's joined us in the booth a couple of times as well.
Now they're within 2. Jesse. Fourth for point. Love it.
Well, the draft strategy this year was a bit different. It was determined by a Dutch auction with the 12 highest bidding teams that landed in Premier.
I've never been to a Dutch auction.
Well, that's how the 12 teams that are in Premier landed in Premier, and then with the picks, it was a dynamic bidding system for each draft slot. So Carolina went all in on Ben Johns, clearly. So their last 3 picks were in the 40s range. 48 players available. And Carolina will take the 3-point lead with them into the end change. So with going with Ben Johns, you had your choice at the bottom of the draft, so to speak. So Jesse Irvin, Andrea Koop, and Colin Johns were all available at 43, 44, and 47 for Colin Johns. And that's why we have the team that we're looking at for Carolina. And I would have to say that they were probably pretty happy with the team they got, having Ben Johns as their #1 pick.
Yeah, definitely. Shame on the other teams for not picking up Colin Johns before that moment. Just down 3 points. It's a tight game here, and what you referred to as kind of a must-win for the Johns team.
Yeah, and the combined DUPR scores, though, would suggest that this is a closer matchup than one might expect with Ben Johns at the table. At a right, certainly bringing that score up with her ability, and Jesse Irvin, such a consistent right side player, though that's what Ben likes to play with. He likes that consistency. If it's not going to be Annalie, he wants to play with a very consistent right side gal that is going to embody the systems in which he likes to play within. And a right would not be denied.
This is incredible mixed doubles by Pablo Tejas at a right.
Well, having that match experience helps.
11-13.
Oh, missed it wide. crafty point on both sides. The Ranchers
12-13.
1 point away from tying it. They won't. 2 point lead continues for Carolina.
14-12.
Rises to the counter occasion. Ben's not happy about something. What happened? Somebody yelled out foot fault, I believe. That was called from maybe grandstand.
Here we go.
Okay, got it. So there was a foot fault called, I believe, on grandstand that Ben could hear potentially.
Yeah, it came from somewhere. It could have been grandstand, could have been someone in the crowd. Within 1. Oh my goodness. This is the scariest Ben I've ever seen.
Oh, some great defense from Wright and Tejas. Ben Johns will earn the side out and the point. And yes, to your point, was frustrated after that mishap.
15-13.
Shades creeping in on the court too, something to keep in mind. Could be impacting the visibility. ATP from Ben Johns. The way he's able to skirt that ball around the post is unmatched.
Immaculate execution.
How does he do it?
16-13.
He
Like
waits.
grabs it on the very edge of his paddle almost.
That side spin.
Side out. Point. 14. 14-16. Side out. Point.
Clean setup for Jesse Irvin.
I'm very impressed that there's only a 2-point difference with the mode that Ben Johns has achieved right now on championship court.
Side out. Point. 15.
It's a testament to how well Etta Wright and Pablo Tejas are playing right now.
15-17.
Closes. 1 point game continues.
And again, it's the setup from Tejas down the sideline of Ben that gives him that ball. That's so good. The slap from Ben Johns. See what they do here.
18-16.
Friendly fire.
Point.
Pablo Tejas takes a little pickle to the back of his head.
19-16.
Just making sure you're still awake, partner. Oh no. Where's Jesse going there? Got a Stay out for Ben, right?
Sorry.
Leave that ball for Ben?
Oh,
I would assume?
it was an option.
Okay.
She could have also slaughtered it
17-19.
herself. But yeah, I think the playbook is calling for Ben to take that right now.
Oh, what a shot from Etta Wright. Tie game, 19-all. Carolina in trouble.
It'd be a wild take for the Texas Rangers. The drop is high and off the net and out. That is tough.
First lead of the game over to the Texas Rangers. 2019 the score. Very much for the opening there. Etta Wright ties it back up at 20. Must-win situation for Carolina.
20-20.
Jesse trying to speed it up on Tejas.
She just wants to play the game. And that is tough because it's not
21-20.
what the doctor is ordering.
Yeah, Ben Johns was punished for the choice. Closing stretch here. Game winding down. Carolina ties it back up at 21.
Here we go. Keep it back. Let's go.
21-21.
Oh, what a shot from Ben Johns. Lead back to Carolina.
And it's official. Ben Johns has the best ATPs in the game.
Yeah.
He just makes them so effective from nothing.
Well, credit to Etta Wright. She's been so
22-21.
rock solid, just dinking to the backhand side. Every ball's going that direction right now. Etta Wright, she's lined up for that one. And Ben looks frustrated on his side. Side out and tie game.
22-22.
Just use the timeout to catch his breath. He's keeping that flame lit the way he, I'll say, was. It's no easy task. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
23.
Tejas can't believe he missed it.
There's tension on the Carolina side of things. They clashed paddles on that put away.
23-22.
It is Ben's forehand. It is Jesse's side of the court. Okay.
Oh, missed jink opportunity for Etta Wright. And a game point swings to Carolina. This game, to me, determines who wins this match,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Oh, wow.
Even though the numbers wouldn't suggest that. Oh, Carolina takes it. And some more anticlimactic fashion, 25-22, but there was still some tension, to your point, on the side of Carolina despite the win there.
It was a wild mode watching Ben Johns do what he did. And, you know, Jesse Irvin's main role is to get out of the way. That was crazy. But, I'll tell you, I'll put a little more faith in this Colin Johns match. More than most. You can expect Colin Johns and Andrea Coop to come out firing.
Okay, we'll hear your word for that. Andrea Coop and Colin Johns up next against Tina Pisnik and Quang Tuong. We'll see if Carolina can take their first regulation win in D.C. It all comes down to this mixed doubles game. Here is the Carolina Pickleball Club up a game on the Texas Ranchers. Colin Johns and Andrea Coop are looking for their first regulation win on their side for Carolina. Meanwhile, the Texas Ranchers are unbeaten so far on this tournament. Quang Tuong is stepping in for the injured Christian Elshon, so a much different looking team there with Tina Pisnik. Your overarching thoughts for this one?
Yeah, you know, we've seen that new energy amongst the Carolina Pickleball Club, so Colin Johns is going to come out firing with Andrea Coop. We will see if the Fire and Ice team of Guangdong and Tina Pisnik can pull it out.
Well, Rob Cassidy, coming up on the Major League Pickleball schedule, we're headed to my hometown, Grand Rapids, Michigan. July 11th through the 14th, we're joining the Beer City Open and merging the event around that, so to speak, and it's an excellent mid-season tournament for so many reasons. The number one reason, in my opinion, is that the premier level teams get to compete against the challenger level teams. Everybody is mixed into the same tournament, so we will see some crazy matchups happening in good old GR Michigan. And that's an electric atmosphere, one of the best places to host a tournament. It is, on the amateur side of things, sold out immediately upon posting, and once that tournament has gone live, and it's such a fun place for us to go. It's also Andrea Coop's hometown. She currently resides in that West Michigan area. She's very involved in the Beer City Open as well, or at least historically was, and she is teaming up with Colin Johns here in mixed doubles.
Nice. Yeah, the Beer City Open, one of those tournaments that major before the majors.
Yes.
You know, that's one of the big ones. It's always been a blast. It's a great organization, great structure, great tournament. and brings out the best players. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, all 22 teams will be in action for that one. So we will have a look at all the pro athletes at the pickleball level, the top 48. Game on. Twong on a mission in the first point. Texas takes the first point of game number 4. They find themselves in a must-win situation. Carolina has at least collected a point in the standings.
That's the thing about his play is he's always going to make you play. You are going to have to show up if you want to beat this young man. Yeah. Love to see it.
Let's go. Let's go.
There's the fire. Now Tina Pisnik to serve with the ice.
Well, interesting storyline within the story is Colin Johns is the mentor, so to speak, of Tina Pisnik in pickleball. They trained together a lot in Austin, Texas. And Tina has learned a lot from the game with Colin Johns training there. And so Tina, I think, on that call was handing it back, saying it was good, take it back. Some context there.
3-1.
Play down the line with the Ernie touch.
That is a lot
4-1
on the left side of the court. This Ernie is so good. His third shot drive, consistency, it just radiates from, you can tell how much practice he has on it, how well versed he is in that shot. Why wouldn't it? Doesn't matter if the other team knows if you're going to do it or not. Boop. Pisnik down the sideline.
Like the sound effects too.
Oh yeah. Colin Johns is going to need a minute after that one.
Wow, yeah, 5-point hold to climb out of for Carolina, who's still in search of their first regulation win. It's their first tournament though. Texas Rangers had Atlanta under their belt. A different looking team with Christian Alshon in the mix still, and fans remain faithful with us here late into the evening. 6:30 p.m. Our last match of the day was supposed to start at 6 p.m. and we're not even close to being done with this one. Looking to be potentially a dream breaker here as well. Coming up next, it's the Dallas Flash and the DC Pickleball team going at it. There's the mixed doubles DUPR combined for Pisnik and Twong, 12.31 compared to 12.44, pretty even.
Yeah,
no, go ahead.
His ability to create from, out of the air, off the bounce, doesn't matter. He's going to come, even if it's not hit to him, he's going to relocate over there so well and still create from it. It's like Coop's job is to what? Keep it away from him. Good luck. Good luck.
He's everywhere.
6-1.
Master versus the student here with Johns and Pisnik.
Kindly missed.
The game they're going to have to play right there.
Wong Zwong, one of the young rising stars in this sport. He's had some keynote wins in singles.
1. 3-6.
can you do against that?
7-3.
Do you take your chances and initiate on him first? Here we go. Still firing off. There's some ice. More fire. More fire. There's the ice. Holy smokes, point of the match. And there it is again. That two-hit combo is unstoppable right now. Wow. Team Fire and Ice making it work.
So that fire is not cooling down. Usually you expect at least a miss here and there with the aggression. It's just not happening.
He's 18 years old.
He is. It's a nice shot from Colin Johns. Climbing their way back in.
Okay. Like we said, you know, earlier, game of percentages. You're not going to win every single one, but if he can keep it above 50% even, it's going to be worth it. He's well above 50% at this time. Another one on the board.
9.
Well, Ranchers are battle tested in the Dream Breaker too. Mentioned they took one this morning over the DC pickleball team.
That's gonna do it.
Wong Twong packs an absolute cannon on the forehand side.
10-5. Point 6.
Big on the fourth. Come on, dude. Big on the fourth. Here we go.
6-10. Point 11. 11-6. Point 7. 7-11.
Colin Johns misses a sitter. Can't believe it. To the bottom of the net, too.
Such a long point, and Pisnik with the finish. Ball was almost unexpectedly high to Colin Johns' forehand.
Oh boy. Ernie gone wrong. Oh, just barely missed it. Tina Pisnik, she's really good at taking those dinks out of the air, taking away time from the other side. Picks her angles apart.
Love to see that attempt. Also love to see Ben Johns exchanging some words with Big Bro Colin. Sharing those observations, those tiny moments are going to add up if they want to keep this good energy and take this match. Oh, Pisnik survived. Wow.
Point, 13.
13 reached.
Texas looking to push a dream breaker here, 13-8, the lead. And if Carolina has any hope in winning this one in regulation, what needs to start happening on their side for Colin Johns and Andrea Koop?
They got to keep the energy up. It's the style of Wang Yu demands hard work, and that's what you got to commit to. You have to keep the footwork, commit to defending that drive and shutting it down. If you start to slack off in the footwork department or get late to your spots, or even if you set those hands down for just a moment, he will take advantage. So, doubling down on the hard work will keep them in it. It's been good vibes here at the MLP Washington, D.C. this weekend. And fantastic weather to match it. It feels great out here right now.
Yeah, squeezing in 2 events in 2 months. It's been a great start to the year. Glad to have both leagues working together, PPA and Major League Pickleball. And pickleball even made its way to Roland Garros.
Really?
Last week with Jay de Villiers. Yeah, he's the French ambassador for the sport over there. And so he had some pickleball courts set up outside the French Open. Martina Navratilova is formerly not super high in the sport of pickleball, but we've won her over, according to Jay from the French Open. So there's a cool feature there on Pickleball TV. You can stay tuned for that.
He's the man for the job, Jay de Villiers. Charming.
You're absolutely right about that.
Devastatingly handsome. And a good pickleball player.
Yes. You talk
in that
like
order.
Diamonds. Yes. Ranchers playing inspired pickleball. Not helping our time constraints, though. If this one goes through a dream breaker, we've got one more match to go on center and not a lot of time left to play pickleball with no lights.
Smoked.
Perfect counter.
Needs to build on it. Nice, the notes from the sideline. Little stack action. You don't see that too often at the MLP.
Yeah, we saw Colin Johns do it against a lefty. Nice. Well, we did see him do that against CJ Klinger, the lefty, and Jackie Kawamoto when they matched up against the New York Hustlers. It was pretty effective.
Nice.
Give him a different look. Why not?
Man, it's nothing you have to long-term commit to, even if it's for a couple points. Oh, my goodness.
Well done by Andrea Koop to keep that ball out of harm's way.
10-16.
Koop takes her shots, but it's not enough.
17-10.
Difference. Colin Johns to serve, deciding not to stack this time. Wang Yu takes the net.
Oh, Tina Pisnik grabs it.
And way to be there by Tina. The shot from Wang Yung, of course, gives the ATP option, but it was his only option. Tina Pisnik able to read it and shut it down. And it's spilling over into the next point. The timeout has already been used. Huge deficit.
20-11. Point. $21-11. Side out. Point. 12.
Do or tie time. Can they put 5 on the board here on this third possession?
12-21.
Looking for that 5 streak here. No.
Oh, great get by Colin.
Point.
Great point. Stick to that play. That combo off of the paddle of Coop is definitely working. Just going to request a quick timeout just to leave no doubt. Stop this momentum before it starts. I like that call.
7-point hole now on the side of Carolina. There's Duke, the father of Quang Duong, always advising his son on the sideline. Not an official coach listed for the Ranchers, but always there for Quang in all of his events. Strong background for him in table tennis, I believe. He's on the Vietnamese national team. And they are bringing pickleball to Asia. They took a long trip this past year, Quang and his dad and his brother.
Correct position.
They toured throughout Asia, playing the sport, introducing people to the sport.
I love that.
It's pretty cool. I mean, we haven't even scratched the surface yet of where this thing can go.
Oh, no, and there's people working hard to spread the game the right way, like the Duong family. Oh,
Duong
22.
is a weapon. So is he making a campaign for himself at the premier level once Christian Alshon is fully healthy? Are you going to go in to try and get Quang Duong in the waiver wire?
The way he plays pickleball, Michelle, there's a spot for him on any team.
Yeah.
Any team.
And works so hard, too.
23-14.
18-year-old, relentless work ethic. Strong rip. Ranchers with a game point. Chance to tie it, or excuse me, tie the series, rather. 2 games apiece and go to a dream breaker.
Ah, cool.
Point, 15.
Finally with a perfect counter.
15-24.
But that should not discourage the Ranchers from going right back to that. Don't let him touch the ball. Don't let him touch the ball.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Game point 2 here for Texas.
24-15.
I'll take it on the let core. The Ranchers force a dream breaker. I believe it's the 3rd we've seen here on center court to a 5th deciding game. We go. What a performance for the young Quang Duong and the steady Tina Pisnik as his anchor.
Yeah, I felt like the team Fire and Ice was just in unison out there, and it was obviously working. Why change the recipe when that's the result you're getting? So I think that fire is going to spill right over into this dream breaker, if you will.
Singles it is to decide the winner of this one. More from Washington, D.C. at the premier level. After this, Colin Johns. Turn that frown upside down. It's Dream Breaker time here in MLP, Washington, D.C. Fashion. The Carolina Pickleball Club, they have the world #1, the best singles player in the world across both genders. He is Ben Johns. And Quang Duong is a pretty good singles player himself for the Texas Rangers. Let's revisit the rules, though, Rob Cassidy, for those who are unfamiliar with this Dream Breaker structure. Games are played at 21 points. You have to win by 2, and you also have to win on your serve. We'll do a singles rotation similar to a batting order in baseball, where you put your top of the order out, and they'll duke it out for 4 points apiece, and we'll go to the next rotation, and we will continue that until one team gets to 21 or wins it by 2 on their serve. It's going to be a fun one. So who's better built for singles? The Texas Rangers with Pablo Tellez, Quang Duong, Etta Wright, and Tina Pisnik, or Carolina, who has Ben Johns, who you would expect to get at least majority of his points, Colin Johns, Andrea Coop, and Jesse Irvin. 3 players not necessarily known for their singles games.
Calculating. It's going to come back.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah. We're going to give it in a slight favor to the Texas Ranchers.
Okay.
As they have that three-peat of Wang Yung, Pablo Tellez, Etta Wright. That's strict fire. Ben Johns, of course, only going to be able to play 1/4 of the points in this singles match. If Colin Johns lights it up, I've seen Colin play some immaculate singles, so can't count him out.
It'll be Quang Duong against Ben Johns first. Big serve to start for Quang Duong, and funny enough, last time Quang ran into Ben Johns was in Atlanta. He was eliminated in the quarterfinals. Took 3 games, though. Seen some battles.
Yeah, here he is. And you notice the little bit of a paddle switch. He has a doubles paddle and a singles paddle for the Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar Balltender is the nickname. Three straight for Quang Duong and the Texas Rangers. It's a monstrous start against the world #1.
3-0.
He's on that short list of players who has defeated Ben in singles. And he just took the 4-0.
How is that a way to start for Carolina? So remember, the Ranchers got to choose the order here since Carolina got to pick and mix. Pablo Tellez and Colin Johns come out for 4. Colin says, I got you, brother. I'll get the first.
If Colin could get that 4 back to tie it up.
1-4.
That'd be something. Says no. How to even it out at 1.
That 4-0 from our aces is going to linger around for the rest of this match.
Great play by Colin Johns to get 2. 1 point remains between these two. A 3-1 edge for Colin would be massive.
Yes.
2-5.
There it is.
Collect 3 out of the available 4. That's big. Andrea Koop, don't sleep on her singles game. At a right was the matchup that Texas opted to go with.
3-5.
Etta will take the first. 3 points remain.
6-3.
Inside out goes Koop, former national champion out of UCLA in her tennis background, also a full-time lawyer. Chance to come up big for her team here. She goes cross with a 3rd shot drop and a right all over it.
Second 4.
Andrea Koop gets out the door with 2 points. A 2-point split. Jessie Irvin comes out now against Tina Pisnik, who you've gotten this one.
Oh, this is the one. This is going to be a little wild.
5-7.
Oh, man. It's 50-50 here.
What a play. Tina Pisnik on the counter. Jessie Irvin had a lot of court to work with, but was on the run.
It's going to be a scary second lap around.
Yeah.
Ben Johns and...
Can't imagine Ben's going to get sweeped again, but we'll see. That's deep. Jessie Irvin will take 1.
6-8.
What a play. Jessie Irvin plays it perfectly.
That was nice.
Chance to tie it here for Carolina. They need a win for team morale. They do.
Yeah. Win never hurts.
7-8.
That's it. And Ben Johns' team is able to erase that 0-4.
And that's the beauty of team sports, right? You don't have to carry the load yourself, and Ben's not used to that. All right, how will he avenge the sweep?
This is it.
Round 2. Ooh, missed the 3rd. Kwong Tuong will take the first. Yeah, we've seen some epic battles, to your point, between these two. Oh my goodness. Oh, just missed it. Almost had it. That was a crazy point.
Closing in on that ball to take it out of the air.
I can't believe you got a paddle on it. 2-0. Kwong Tuong is up. Inside out, it's called good. Ben is happy to take that one.
Side out, point, 9. 9-10.
9-10. Carolina could tie it.
Let. Reserve.
We replay Let's here in Major League Pickleball.
Got to.
Another big serve from Ben. That's a good response. He'll happily take 2 of the available 4 points on Quang Tuong. Colin Johns now, who went 3-1 on Pablo Tellez in the first round. Oh, almost got it. What a play by Pablo.
Timeout. Georgians, 11-10. 1 minute.
Texas Rangers take a 1-point lead on the end change. Games to 21. And remember, win by 2 situation here. So the X factor could be Andrea and Jesse down the stretch.
There are several X factors going on in this Dream Breaker right now. The battle between the 2 aces, the Avatar and Ben Johns. Of course, the second aces here, Pablo Tellez versus Colin Johns.
Time in.
It's going to come down to it on every player.
Got it. Time in. 11-10.
All right, for Pablo, Colin will take 1. CJ, as they call him, Colin Johns, ties it at 11. Oh no, let cord, that one's tough. And the one player that hates let cords the most is Colin Johns.
Tell you, the less you hate them, the less it'll happen.
No.
Oh gosh! Oh god! I told you. Oh my goodness. He really doesn't like those let cards. I'll tell you what. Oh my goodness.
I don't mean to laugh, I'm just laughing at your reaction.
Just the occurrences.
13-11.
2-point lead now for Texas. Deep to the corner, what a play by Andrea Coop. Her team needs her now. Chance to tie it.
12-13.
2 points for Coop.
Nice and easy points. But I'll tell you, on any given day, Andrea Coop could be the best singles player in the stadium.
13-13.
Yeah, don't sleep on the singles prowess of Coop. Clean ball striking. Oh, yeah, she got it.
Just
wow.
Precision.
Could Coop get the sweep? Into the net goes right. Andrea Coop comes away with a 4-0 sweep on Etta Wright. That could be the difference maker for Carolina.
Our second 4-0 of this Dream Breaker. The first 2 I've seen all weekend.
We'll see what the former world number 29 does here. Tina Pisnik out against Jessie Irvin.
360 move into the drop shot.
Oh my. Jess White, I like what Jessie was doing there.
14-15.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's in. No, Jessie.
Oh, so close to getting there. 2-0, Tina Pisnik. She could negate the 4-0 sweep Andrea Coop just earned a sequence ago.
15-15.
Tina gets to the kitchen first. 3-0. Now for Pisnik and the Ranchers on top by 1.
16-15.
And Jessie Irvin rallied to take 1 here. Yes, she will. And they will take a tie at this point in the match. Out comes Ben Johns against Quang Duong, top of the order.
Dead even.
6-2 advantage, though, on the side of Quang because of the first round sweep. Nice. Ben Johns threads the needle. He takes the first. Kwang Tuong.
Impassable. Ben opts for the drop.
17 all.
17-17.
Down the stretch. Oh my, wicked passing shots from Kwang Tuong. I don't know how he hits these with such precision from the baseline.
You can almost hear his follow. Don't let up. Keep going. Keep doing your shots. You have that shot and keep doing it.
Last point. And it's an epic roll from Ben Johns on the backhand side. 2 and 2. We're split again. Colin Johns comes out against Pablo Tellez. 4 points apiece.
I've never seen a line painted so casually by Ben Johns.
Miss return. Colin Johns takes the opening point.
At end game now, we won't see, most likely won't see the Avatar or Ben back out here.
Colin Johns stands tall at the kitchen for a match point. Carolina looking for their first win of the season in DC.
2018.
Oh,
the
my.
double Ernie.
Unbelievable. How did Pablo Tellez hang in the play?
19.
Off the Ernie. Now Carolina has to win it on their serve. One last point here.
So athletic. What?
Oh my, Colin Johns, clutch performance. 3-1 on Pablo Tellez. Now, Andrea Coop with a chance to close out the match.
It's the person you want to have the ball.
A 6-2 edge in total on Etta Wright.
2019.
Match point number 2. Etta Wright ties it up. 20 apiece. That's massive.
Must win on the serve. Rally scoring still happening, so Wright gets a point for her team. Tie game.
Into that goes Etta Wright. Andrea Coop will take a point back. And another match point. Match point number 3. Etta Wright is clutch too. My goodness, this is impossible to predict who is going to take it.
21-21.
Match point number 4 for Carolina. That's the last point played between these two. They split 2 apiece. Jessie Irvin and Tina Pisnik come out for the next rotation. Jessie Irvin with a chance to close it out. How much pressure is she feeling right now?
The crowd has been rowdy this weekend, but now you can hear a pin drop. Here we go. Oh, the drop
Jessie
is missed.
Irvin secures the victory. Carolina finally gets a win for their team in our nation's capital.
Doesn't get much closer than that, folks. It was a hard-fought battle on both sides, but the Johns brothers and Coop and Irvin prevail, persevere through, and get the win.
Unbelievable performance for the Carolina Pickleball Club. It required an entire team effort there, especially when Ben Johns came out and got swept at the start of the Dream Breaker. What a moment.
I think it's a monumental win, and it's a huge starting point for this team to develop into what they can truly become. So congratulations to the Carolina Pickleball Club moving forward.
Wow. And a big happy birthday to Colin Johns, who is enjoying a celebration today, and he gets to celebrate it with a big win in front of his family. We will speak with the winners on the other side of the break. Washington, D.C., another thrilling Dream Breaker on display, and the Carolina Pickleball Club, they're on the board. They get their first victory of the tournament. Colin Johns, the birthday boy, and Andrea Coop join us now to talk about it. My goodness, you couldn't make it any closer than that, guys. Colin, starting with you, how big of a relief is it to get the first team win out of the way?
Yeah, we were definitely very close yesterday, but definitely feels good to get a W in the win column. So hope to follow it up with a couple more tomorrow.
Andrea Coop, great performance by you. Such a hard-fought match, tight down to the end. What was it that gave you guys, your team, the edge in taking this victory?
I would say it was definitely a team victory. Kwong is an amazing singles player, and he worked Ben a little bit, so the rest of us had to step up and show that we can play 4 points of singles so you don't have to play a full match.
Yeah, you were a clutch part of that. You collected 8 of the 12 points available for your team, Andrea. Can't sleep on your ability to play singles. And Colin, I know you're experiencing some jet lag now from your trip in Europe, but you get to get this win close to your family who is watching front and center with you now. What does it mean to be performing in front of the Johns clan close to home?
It feels extra special, for sure. We don't really get a chance to play in front of family all that much. There aren't a lot of tournaments in this area, so to have a lot of friends and family in the crowd, it means a lot. 2
matches tomorrow, Andrea. Where do the Carolina Pickleball Club go from here?
You know, I feel like we are getting better. Maybe the scoreboard doesn't show it, but we are playing better as a team, and we're starting to figure each other out. So the more we play together, I think we'll see improvement. We're not. The rest of us aren't like Ben and Colin. We haven't played every match together.
That's a fair point, and making your tournament debut here as a team. Well, congratulations on getting the first W. 2 matches for you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take a visit of what happened today here to start. The New York Hustlers shocked the St. Louis Shock, winning in regulation on center court, 3-1 there. Then the Vegas Night Owls had a thrilling Dreambreaker scoreline there against the Chicago Slice in 5. Then the Hustlers and Jack Sock did it again in Dreambreaker style over the home team, the DC Pickleball team, and the Carolina Pickleball Club wraps our coverage for the evening as we take a look at our schedule for tomorrow. The Dallas Flash and DC Pickleball team match that was supposed to start at 6 p.m. tonight. We're going to play that in Kansas City in August. No need to push this into the